People, we are live for another epic Wednesday night stream. I'm super pumped tonight. Why, you might ask? One, because getting used to the new house and adjusting to everything, and finally getting the groove again. Me and the rental tenant that I've talked about a lot have smoothed our entire relationship. So I'm getting rent money now every month on time. Everything is smooth, no issues. I'm feeling good. And stock market is probably going to rally through the end of December. So I'm super excited about that. There's a ton of stuff going on in Pokemon, lots of content to make for the foreseeable future. And I'm kind of starting to pop off with eBay again. I'm starting to get back into it. So it feels like I'm getting back into a healthy mindset and a healthy grind set. And yeah, I'm feeling good about it. I ate some dope little cheap sushi from Food Line, so I'm happy about that. I'm on a full stomach right now. So usually I'm starting the streams tired after work, malnourished, and just in general exhausted. Guys, one thing I don't know if I say it enough on this channel, I think a lot of you know how busy I am. You know that I am a workaholic essentially, but also I'm introverted. This whole YouTube thing, a lot of it is just fake BS. Like I'm very introverted. It's very draining, and it's always been hard for me to do YouTube. So you guys coming out to streams, commenting on the videos, being a part of the Discord, you guys are the fucking reason why I still make videos today. I could have literally just stopped YouTube. There's plenty of times where I've just been in burnout mode and just I'm ready to be done. But it's you guys. It's you guys who keep me going at this, because truly I'm introverted. My battery gets fucking drained. I talk to people at work all night. I get drained by, being with kids, with my family all day. There's, I think for mental health and wellness and stability and peace, no one can do everything, right? And I feel like I've been trying to do too much for a really long time, and it feels good to open up a little bit more about that. But I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful that, I'm going through that period right now where I feel like I've got a second wind almost for being productive, creating, and just there's nothing catastrophic in my life right now. So I'm in a good spot right now. And can't always say that, I'm always stressed out about something. So it feels good. We have a lot going on in the hobby. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys popping in here early. We have so much to talk about, right? We got to talk about the Kabuto, right? We got to talk about that. We got to talk about the fake, the Charizard Mega Y leak that was in our Discord. That's a sick artwork. If that's the type of shit we're about to see with this Mega Charizard Y, I'm not even a Charizard Mega Y fan. I could become a big fan behind that card if the art's good enough. On top of that, I want to talk about GameStop. I want to talk about those power packs. I want to talk about people gambling away $2,500 on these casino packs. That'll be interesting. What else? I still haven't talked about Ascended Heroes at all. You guys haven't heard my breakdown of any of the artwork in Ascended Heroes at all. So we need to get into that. I'm probably forgetting something. I know I'm forgetting something. Okay. Modern definitely looks like it's taken a dive. The late Scarlet Violet era is taking a dive. And I think I still need to make a video about massive reprints that we're going to be getting. I haven't made a video on that, but everything that I said was going to happen is probably going to happen, right? We should see a major dump on modern steel prices if Pokemon actually prints to the ground. I don't know if you guys know anything about that, but I feel like I'm seeing now videos as I've been kind of out of the game a little bit, out of making content a little bit. I feel like I've seen plenty of videos talking about reprints. So what's going on with that? Because all of Scarlet and Violet is supposed to get massive reprints, all of the sets. So that's fucking huge. That crushes the whole investment argument on those sets and says that it's just like it's been in the past. It gets overhyped. The market has to retrace. It has to cool down. And then when things cool down and sets come down in price a little bit, then it'll be a great time for me to buy sets, for me to buy boxes to open for streams. I feel good about pulling back on doing openings on streams this past year. It feels like, or this past 6 months, because it just hasn't been good. It's been really expensive to get your hands on product. if you're not getting it at the stores, if you're not getting it, a deal from your local LGS, whatever. But we have a lot. We have a lot to talk about. Turtle, how we doing? Justin, how we doing? Ryan, how we doing? Yeah, we got to talk about Kabuto Collector Guy. I think the Kabuto Collector Guy is smoking crack. That card is going to take a long time. It may at some point actually be worth 40, 50 bucks, whatever it's going for right now. Like, no, that's not going to work out well. No one is going to get behind that. If people get behind that, they're stupid. You know what? No, it's not that they're stupid. It's that a lot of people that are new to this hobby are super gullible to what goes on in this hobby and the kind of manipulation and artificial bullshit that goes on. Yeah, that guy, I don't know if he's going to get burned, but I think anybody following him is going to get burned. Let's see. Modern market bleeding seems largely over right now, says Turtle. Streams are always chill. Pokeball cards. Yo, what's good? Dude, what? I know I'm forgetting, so I want to talk about the Kabutops. I want to talk about the Power Packs. I guess I was going to talk about that Mega Y leak that's a fake leak, but we're not going to do that because obviously it's not actually legit. Nonchalant Noah, I can relate to the introvertedness. Have you seen that beautiful autumn-themed Chinese Cubone card? I've probably seen the card you're talking about. Absolutely stunning if it's the one that I'm thinking about. A lot of the Chinese exclusives are just absolutely bonkers. I really like the Gengar that we recently saw released in China. Pokey, where are you hearing reprints? All the business channels with distro haven't had any news of reprints, especially early Scarlet and Violet. I know the most recent thing I saw was a Pokey thumbnail. It was talking about Team Rocket Joey, talking about all the sets to get reprints and how, and Pokey was saying that he was right on that. So I respect Pokey. I mean, I know there's been maybe some beef between Pokey and Rattle. I don't know what goes on really between the drama and the hobby. I don't keep up with it. I don't have the attention span or the time to care. But from what I understand, Pokey knows what he's doing. Has distribution. He's been in the Pokemon business world for a while now. He has a very big channel at this point. It went from a very small channel to a very large one pretty quick. And yeah, he was pointing out that there are going to be reprints and it's going to crush businesses. And Pokey was confirming that. That is a month-old video, but it popped up in my feed today. Also, not everybody follows the same channels. That's what the algorithm is feeding you. If you follow business, investor-minded people, that's all you're going to see. You're not going to see the people that are super bearish on the market or speculative or just collectors that are fucking tired and burnt out from these crazy prices. And again, I could be wrong. That's why I'm asking you guys. It seems like every time I think there's actually going to be a major reprint, every time I think the market's actually going to fall, it quite literally does the opposite. Either stabilizes or prices continue to go up. So I've been wrong about the market we've been in, and it pains me to say that because I feel very confident that we're going to have a major retrace in everything, not just modern and the newer stuff, but we're going to see that with vintage too. It might not be as great of a pullback, but it could be as great of a pullback because the prices that we're seeing today are just insane. Like the Skyridge Gengar being valued at $33,000. I just don't see it. I don't even know if I see the price that I bought it at. And that takes a lot to admit that, like, hey, I might have overpaid for this card. GameStop's little press release doesn't necessarily mean anything. And maybe that's also a part of the video in itself, is talking about how that's basically like seems like just a PR stunt. The TCG player sale had a big impact. What's that about SV era getting reprints? Exactly. So this is what I saw. Again, maybe we're not getting any reprints at all. That would suck. I would love for us to get a ton of reprints. Everybody wants Scarlet and Violet still. And like nobody cared about it. Then it got really hype. Everyone's scalping and buying everything. And I feel like we got shafted as collectors that were early in the SV era. They got to enjoy some of SV era. I feel like we got shafted because the later sets were amazing and I just couldn't get my hands on any of them. So I would really like to see a reprint. I can't say that enough. BCTCG, yo, how we doing? I'm a lot more hyped now for the Megazard Y. At least we know it could be like. Hold on, I gotta read this. So, Rice Lava, yo, what's good? I appreciate you. I appreciate that super. I feel cringe saying I appreciate that super. I appreciate the donation. I appreciate you supporting me and supporting this channel and basically supporting the value of my time. I appreciate that. Because it does take a lot of time and effort and energy out of me to do these streams. I can't tell you enough, guys, how many times I do a stream, and I'm like happy in the stream, it's fine. And then at the end of the night, I'm just like, I'm burnt out. Probably from staring at the screen, probably from talking way too much, because I'm a blabbermouth. But yeah, it's draining sometimes. And tonight, I came into it with just a whole different attitude, probably because things in my life seem to be like on the up and up. And you know, maybe I can even start to connect that in YouTube, and I'll see my YouTube start to rise as like my whole attitude about everything gets better. But yeah, I really appreciate you. Clear, the Kabuto thing is funny because the guy was not intending to pump it. It was a couple of bad actors doing the pump, and he has taken the heat as if he is the one doing it. The thing is, the guy buying all the Kabutos probably just really likes the card or really likes Kabuto or has some affinity for that Pokemon for a good reason. Like, right? Like there's like they what are those things called? What are those freaking things called? They're so cool. Those crabs, you know, because we have those in real life. Kabuto is a real thing, right? You've seen those, the fossils of them. And then even today, horseshoe crabs. Kabuto is basically a horseshoe crab, right? I mean, am I crazy on saying that? He's basically a horseshoe crab. If this guy likes fishing or likes the ocean or just likes marine biology, I could see people like that. Like there's a guy like going crazy into the Scarlet Violet Journey Together Whale Lords. So like, and there's Wise Whalmer. He's a seller, Instagram profile. He's pretty well known. I'm surprised he doesn't have a channel by now, honestly. But he does crazy amount of deals and plays and collecting, and he's really into Whalmer. So like some people are really into those Pokemon and that's type of species, the water types, and it might correlate with like marine biology. I could see people that are in Florida that like, or like someone that loves alligators to be like crazy about Feraligatr. Like I think Feraligatr's sick. And I still don't own any crazy Feraligatr cards, and I really want to get into that. Probably after the Illustrator contest Feraligatr that I graded a 10, which is not worth anything, but it's still a sick card. And like after I got that back in a 10, I was like, I want to go on a Feraligatr rampage. I cannot wait to get an alt art Feraligatr soon. That's gonna be so fucking sick. But yeah, maybe I'll just talk about, you know, there's some bad actors. I'll just summarize and say there's some bad actors essentially that are pumping the card, maybe on eBay or on TCG Player. I literally just sold a first edition Neo Destiny Kabuto, so I understand that people are already jumping on the bandwagon to buy them, and that maybe just the dude loved Kabuto, and then it spiraled into something else. So it'll be interesting to talk about regardless, just to see everyone's thoughts on it, comments on it. It's time to jump ship to One Piece. I think One Piece is sick. I have a One Piece card in my PSA submission pile, but right now I hate PSA, so I'm not touching that submit button. It's only worth as much as people are willing to pay. Absolutely. Are the Trick and Trade limited edition Pokemon packs? They're not really like, they're like kind of limited edition. Trick or Trade's an interesting topic, actually. I always liked the Trick or Trade packs. I always thought they were kind of cool with the purple and having Gengar on there. I always thought that was dope. And it seems like this year Trick or Trade packs almost got like scalped or pumped or something. I would not be surprised. Alex, Austin, yeah, because we have ripped in years. A lot of people are talking a big change in the market, but I don't see it, especially with 30th anniversary coming. Clear, yeah, he just likes Kabuto. I've seen his feed for months. That's cool. I have 3 really good Feraligatrs here. Reverse Foil Dragon Frontiers, great one. Reverse Foil Unseen Forces. Which one is that one? Can't think of which one that is. And the EX. Oh, the Unseen Forces, the reverse foil. I think I'm thinking of the EX, the Feraligatr EX, which I do have Feraligatr EX. I do have some nice slabs of Feraligatr, and I graded them thinking I'd maybe get a higher grade. I should have known better. Nice. I know you're not big into grading, Clear. And also, Clear, thank you for dropping in the chat. I feel like I don't see you a lot in our chat. That makes me happy. Just sent in a new PSA sub, estimated completion in June 2026. You're going to be waiting a minute, buddy. You're going to be waiting a minute in the middle of the summer. Is anybody else here doing PSA submissions? Why or why not? And then, does anybody have any thoughts about the GameStop power packs? Especially the 25. What are the lunar packs? The $2,500. Does anybody have any thoughts on that? Does anybody have any thoughts on Ascended Heroes, on these newer arts, right? The Dragonite, the Pikachu, the Mewtwo. Definitely want to hear what you guys' thoughts are on everything. What's going to happen to the Mega Gengar SIR that's absolutely bonkers? What's going to happen with that? Also, what's happening with the Burger Chew? Burger Chew just got 100,000 PSA 10 Burger Chews. How is that one faring right now? I still like that card too. I think it's hilarious and somewhat tragic that so many of them got 10s, but also it's awesome that so many people were able to get 10s, I guess I could say. V Pokemon are good or bad? I think the Alt Art Vs are sick. I think the regular Vs are like meh. Price is going to be down 50%. Maybe, we'll see. Birdie, how do you think all these streamers get so much product so early without being vendors? Dude, that's always kind of ticked me off a little bit. I mean, to be honest with you, you could probably look on eBay and find stuff occasionally. I know in the past we had YouTubers that bought stuff off of eBay that was definitely stolen. And there was a lot of controversy around that. Some people even like stopped doing Pokemon YouTube entirely because of the blowback. Let's see. But yeah, that's very interesting, guys. How do we think everyone's getting this product so early? I always get jealous when people get product early, and that's why I'm glad to be really more of a vintage head than anything, because there's no hype, there's no missing out, there's no drops. They're out there and they're waiting to be hunted by me. So I love vintage. It's very straightforward. It's very easy for me to continue doing it, and I don't feel pressure, stress, anxiety outside of, finding the cards is fun, like hunting them down. Going into auctions, my stomach tends to turn a lot when I'm in some of those bigger auctions, or, sending an offer to someone. Like when I sent the $16,000 offer for the first edition Sabrina Gengar, I was sweating. I'm actually really glad they didn't take that offer. Yeah, because right now I need to pay off my card and I need to get back to, square one. Also, I have a crazy mortgage now, so I really don't have a lot of wiggle room the way I used to. It's like, don't feel bad for me. I'm not whining about it. I love this house. I love what I've been able to do for my family, but it sucks. We've had to pull back on a lot of stuff, including openings and just buying cards in general. Even though I did go crazy last month. I know. Ryan, you spent like fucking $50,000 the past 2 months. So really, there should be no excuses on why we're not opening more product. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about my hair. I got a new little hair clip. Think it looks good. Not sure. Burger Chew, good pickups right now. Yo, Nate, how we doing? Nate, it's good to see you in here. I don't know. I think you were saying that you took a break from Pokemon, or you sold everything, or are you just watching window shopping right now, or are you collecting? What's going on over there, brother? Yeah, and let me know what you guys are collecting, what you're selling, what your plays are, right? What your investments are. And I take this hobby seriously as like an asset. It's just hard. It's always been hard for me to look at it as an investment. I feel like since like I stopped buying into sealed products so much. 130K pop 10. Wow, that's insane for the Burger Chew. Burger Chew is the most bloated thing ever. Bless the Japanese printing quality. Well, yeah, that says a lot about Japanese printing quality. Turtle, I'm still pretty confident going into March. Prices recover for early SV sets. Senate Heroes looks insane. Stephanie, I'm a little confused. If I had to guess, you probably like to collect hockey cards or something. Yeah, big into hockey cards and baseball players that I know nothing about. It's definitely my vibe. It's definitely my vibe. BT, I think it's tough for Charizard because he seems to be the only big pull in a lot of the sets. I think you really need 2 or 3 popular Pokemon to carry a set. I agree. Clear, I love how I got Burger Chew for like $30 2 months ago. Here I am 2 months later and it's still $30. I know, that is one of the rare phenomenons right now, is like a card that isn't exploding in value. I just bought some overpriced Pokemon boxes at Walmart. It's okay, man. It's okay. We've all been there, man. We have all been there. I have bought many overpriced Pokemon boxes. Cardboard Nerd went up a lot to $80, but it's holding pretty good. Japanese are, honestly, for PSA 10, 80 with that high of pop actually still seems kind of high. But like, what are you going to do? Grading is not cheap. So what are you going to do? Maybe 50, 60 is like the absolute bottom for that, if 80 is what it's going for in a 10. I still think it's kind of a cool little piece of Pokemon history and meme-like behavior. Japanese are such good quality, but it just doesn't sell well on TCG Player. See, I don't know anything about that. I'm not on TCG Player. I only use eBay, so I don't know how that goes. So that would be news to me. That's why I think PSA 10 will definitely see a rebound. And if the whole market is hot again, come March, that can happen. We could see Burger Chew actually like pass like 100, 150. I could see that. It would still kind of be ridiculous though, because just the whole situation of how that card was released and how many of them were made. It's really not that rare, right? And that's what we care about as collectors, is the rarity. Clear also picked up, but I respect that you made that play and you stuck to your guns, because honestly, I thought that the Burger Chew was going to be crazy hyped up. Like, I actually feel like it could eclipse some Poncho territory at some point. But let's just be honest. There's way less Ponchos out there. That's a terrible comparison, probably. Doesn't make sense to buy raw or to grade. Yeah, just buy it in a 10. Jackson, so does Pokemon Company respect grading, or is that a fan-only thing? I don't know, guys. I think the Pokemon Company, it's hard to say. I think the print quality is what it is. I think they're just trying to make cards and trying to keep the franchise going. I honestly don't think there's too much correlation with Pokemon worrying about grading, or even making set quality bad. It's either bad because it was a different time, right? Like back in the Team Rocket Returns days, print quality, EX Deoxys, like print quality was bad. Maybe the facilities were bad. The equipment was just old, worn out when they were printing those sets. It's just, I don't know. The conditions in the factory, I don't know. But I don't think they go out of their way to make like print quality like worse, or like, I don't have any tin hat theories like that. I think they're just making the cards. And then, kind of like you said, it's like more of a fan-made thing. The whole grading phenomenon is really more of a fan-made thing. And it really didn't matter that much. I feel like in 2019, 2020, it still didn't matter that much. And then out of nowhere, I definitely got influenced into like getting more into graded cards and like buying cards that, dude, like there's only so many of these cards that exist. that was heavily pushed on me, and it stuck with me. I definitely stuck with me, and I was definitely influenced in that direction because I really didn't care about high graded cards. I did not care. Sometimes I even wonder if my channel would have been better off if I just collected what I enjoyed and didn't give a shit about the grade. I wonder about that a lot because a lot of energy and time and stress from this hobby comes from me trying to go after these insane cards. And it's really not good for my wallet or probably my mental health. But like now I look back and I'm like, well, all my Grail cards are downstairs right now. But now I look back and I'm like, dude, all the stress, all the bullshit you went through getting all these cards, so worth it. Like, dude, you have some of the rarest shit in the hobby. Like, so definitely feels like I made the right choice now looking back. Clear, back in 2005, they wanted to cut costs and people didn't care about Pokemon back then. Jackson, wonder how often counterfeit Pokemon cards are sold and trick even the pros. I don't think that happens a whole lot. I think what happens is the authentic cards get cracked from slabs and then they get reslabbed and then they get sold to a vendor, sold online, or sold on Facebook Marketplace to somebody who's just they just don't know enough about it. I do think there's a lot of reslabbed cards that probably go around and people get screwed on that, but I don't know. I think it's rare. There's so many ways to actually like make money in Pokemon, like little small flips here and there that you don't really need to scam anybody. You can make money doing it. It's just a slow process, or at least for me, it's a slow process. But I'm in a really good spot now. I sell a couple cards a day. I'm happy with that. My eBay feedback is 100%. Like, I like it that way. Ooh, and Diana has blessed me with one of my favorite things in the world. Thanks, babe. One of my favorite things in the world. She's actually in the doghouse right now, guys. So she had to make me this. This is a chocolate banana milkshake. It's one of my favorite things in the world.
There's
it's something that
in it. Try it.
Great. There's I didn't want protein,
It's
but
vanilla protein.
thank you. You're saying I'm small?
Yeah.
Anyways, what was I saying?
Can you try it?
I will try it right now. I'll try it right in front of you guys. Perfect. And there's some peanut butter in there. Yeah. So as a kid, growing up, we never really had a lot of food in the house. That sounds fucked up, but like we had food in the house, but it was never like good food. It was never like too wholesome. But there was one thing that my mom always made that never stopped amazing me. And that was banana chocolate milkshake. Always has been one of my favorite things in life. Always has made me happy. Always filling. I hope I can pass that tradition on to my kids and make them banana chocolate milkshakes till they're adults. Even when they're adults. For all those good memories and good times. Yeah, so Diana's in the doghouse. So Maddie, her pit bull, well, our pit bull, but brought in by her. Maddie has had a history of chewing up our furniture, and I've been not graceful. I've been very understanding and tolerating of this dog because this dog has chewed up a lot of my furniture that I've had for a very long time, like nice premium leather furniture that I had for a really long time. Some of which was passed down to me from my parents, and she's ripped that up. Anyways, I came home tonight, and Diana didn't tell me while I was on my shift because she didn't want my whole shift running the bar to go to shit. So I get in, and she's like, "You're gonna be really, really mad at me," and I'm like, "Oh my God, what are you about to tell me? Did one of my slabs get chewed up by Maddie? Like, what are you about to tell me?" Because I knew it had something to do with the dog. And I was terrified that it had to do something with one of my cards getting chewed up. But no, it actually wasn't that bad. She thought I was going to be way angrier than I actually am. Like, I really just don't even care that much. I thought it was way worse. And like, that's the thing. Why do women do that? They're like, instead of getting to the story, they go around this whole thing, which I guess is what I'm doing right now. Her dog chewed up my Xbox controller that I just got. That's brand new. That came with the new Xbox. So like, understandably, I've been gaming a lot. I was upset about it. But like then I was like, oh, it's my controller? Shit, I thought you chewed up the Lugia that I'm trying to sell right now. Like, oh, because I left all my slabs in the kitchen when I left for work. Okay, anyways, sorry guys. back to back. Wow, I'm really fucking behind. Are collectibles like the golden cards from Burger King or whatever it was, were they valuable at all? They're cool. They're cool, not valuable. Van Gogh Pikachu, a better comparison? Wrong. Van Gogh Pikachu is a fucking work of art, man. I will be bullish on Van Gogh Pikachu forever. I really, really like that card. I could actually see buying more of them, not at the price now, but if the price retraced a good bit, I could see getting into bed with a couple more Van Gogh Pikachus. I really like the Van Gogh Pikachu. I like the whole collab idea. I hate what happened with it, but that's like not new to Pokemon. Pokemon products always get scalped and it's always a fucking mess. But I really like the Van Gogh Pikachu, and because my parents are both artists, that card for me just stands out so much. I still have both of mine. And by now, I probably should have sold one of them just because the market was crazy and I got two and I could use money to pay off my credit card. That's how much I love that card, is that I didn't throw it in the ringer to just get sold and help me pay my credit card off so I could buy more vintage grails. I respect that card so much. It's staying in my collection, and hopefully I'll pass it down to one of my kids. But I feel like I need to get another Van Gogh Pikachu so that I have one, Aspen has one, and my son has one. I love that card. It's such an iconic card. It would look great in like a frame in someone's house to just be a talking point. Like, that's the thing about Van Gogh Pikachu. It is literally, it's such a great talking point for Pokemon. And I know someone that got one. They didn't grade it, but they framed it and they put it in a picture frame in their office. And they're not even into Pokemon like that, but their friend got it and just gave it to them. And I thought that was like, that makes sense to me. That card is going to be a historical card. Okay. Actually saw some Burger Chew 10s for $60. Wow. I do think Burger Chew in a PSA 10 is a buy. I definitely think that card is a buy. I definitely believe that card is a buy. Austin, my son made $20 selling mystery Pokemon packs at school. Hell yeah. Gotta teach him the hustle. That's what got Waka Flocka like out of the drug game. Like, as a younger guy, I thought he was saying that like Pokemon kind of saved his life. I fuck with Waka Flocka. I always fucked with him. I can't believe that like he's into Pokemon now. Like, I remember playing his CDs when I was in high school, like, and getting like pumped up. You 100% need protein. Thanks, Austin. I appreciate the confidence. I like the guy with the tin hat. Card and All Gaming. I believe I watched his videos a bit. Card and All Gaming is good. I like his videos too. Doghouse or Houndoom House for sure. Get rid of dogs, go cats. Oh my god, Diana's in the stream. I'm not in the doghouse. She's never actually in the doghouse. Oh, that's good. I would never let my cards in front of toddlers or pets. It'd be hard. It'd be hard. I had to let go of mine to go to Jolteon Gold Star about 6 months back. Yeah, the Van Gogh Pikachu. Jason Carmen, thoughts on Japanese Neo Shinings versus English? Picked up a Japanese Gyarados and it's unreal in hand. I do believe a lot of those cards in Japanese look way better. You're never going to regret that purchase. Never. I like both. There's a lot of Japanese cards. There's a lot of Japanese cards that I would like to have in unison with my English copies. I would like to have the Japanese Gold Stars. I would like to have the Japanese Shinings. I would like to have some of the Japanese Skyridge, right? Like Japanese Skyridge Gengar. Even the banned Japanese Sabrina Gengar. Dude, like, Japanese is amazing. And for the price, it's great value. I'm always going to love Japanese. I can't go down that rabbit hole. I'm too deep in English. But I like them both, to be short. Smoking a Pokemon card would be toxic as fuck, I would think. With all the ink on there. It would be sick to see like an artist just like buy out a card and just be like, nah, I just love this card.
I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm not trying to make money. I want them all. That would be some crazy shit. Like, just cuz. Like, someone buying it just cuz. And that's kind of what it sounds like the Kabuto guy was doing. Yeah, now the crystals are way crazier in Japanese. So, like, the crystals make a lot of sense. Crystals make a lot of sense. Man. And the argument was compelling before. Japanese was way, way, way cheaper before. It's come up quite a bit, right? So now in comparison to English, it still looks cheap, but man, Japanese was seriously the deal a couple years ago. Man, no one wanted Japanese like they do now. People, there's definitely a way bigger fan base for it now than there was, which same with Pokemon in general. Let's see. Are there any other languages that would go wild for value? There's some German and Italian copies of cards, like Gold Star Rayquaza is a great example for this, because there's like one Italian copy and like CGST Pristine 10 or some shit like that, or like one German copy, and they're like crazily valued because they're super low pop. There's definitely situations like that in Pokemon where like it's not just like all the other languages are like boof. Like some of them like definitely command a premium and are definitely really unique. And like my wife's Portuguese, so like if I had a chance to buy like a Portuguese Gold Star Rayquaza, do you know how fucking pumped I would be? Like they're just, and some cards are just sick in whatever language, you know? At the end of the day, we're not collecting to read the cards. We're collecting because we love the art. And that's also why there's a compelling, ridiculously compelling argument for just buy Japanese, because you're getting the art, you're getting value, you have more buying power, you have a larger collection. Yeah. I remember buying my Crystal Lugia for $550 USD. I remember, I think 2020 was it? 2021. I was staying with Diana's family in Portugal, which that was not the best experience in the world, but I'm still trying to heal from some of the trauma of just we had a trip to Mexico that went horribly wrong, and our daughter ended up having a seizure, and we had to rush her to the hospital, and it was just a horrible experience there. They tried to, the Mexican hospitals tried to fucking milk the shit out of me and take all my money up front. It was egregious. That's nothing against Mexico, but the situation we were in Cancun was absolutely fucking egregious. But yeah, had some interesting conversations and family gatherings when we were in Portugal. Anyways, that being said, when I was in Portugal, I was not supposed to be buying cards because I wasn't working at all, and I was staying with her family in another country. Like I had no income coming in, so I was not supposed to be looking at cards, and I also didn't make shit for money, not the way that I make now. So I really had no business looking, but I always thought that Crystal Lugia was something special. Even when I didn't know jack shit about like rarity and like pops and like the best sets. I didn't know anything. All I knew was of the Lugia cards, that was the one that I had to have. Not the Neo Genesis, which now I really want the Neo Genesis, but probably because I've had the Crystal Lugia and a 9 for so long. But dude, Crystal Lugia is amazing. It's an amazing card. It's also not really that special. It's just a side profile of Lugia flying up in a storm, but it is amazing. You know, so the Crystal Lugia with that like stormy effect in the background, the Crystal Lugia and the Aquapolis Tyranitar, those two cards like haunted me for a long time. And I finally have them both now, but gosh dang, man, they were so much cheaper back then. And like, dude, Aquapolis Tyranitar was like $1,500, $2,000 in a PSA 10. What is it, babe? Okay. She just fell asleep. Sorry. Okay, nice. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that rant, guys. I know you didn't sign up for that. Pokemon cards have a plastic layer too. Smoking that shit might genuinely kill you. BT, I have 2 boxes of Eevee Heroes, Japanese Evolving Skies. Dude, yeah, that's the, and some stuff in Japanese, like the sets like Eevee Heroes, I think is like had always outperformed English, no? And they were way, way harder to pull too, right? So that's one of those situations where I think it's worth more in Japanese. My entire Neo Destiny Shiny crew in German, nice. Do you like Eevee Heroes, Orion? Yeah, I think Eevee Heroes is dope. I mean, I love Evolving Skies, so why wouldn't I? Jason, I appreciate that. I somehow have made goat status with a couple of people around here, and I don't know how that happened. I'm just a dude trying to navigate this hobby, and honestly, I get a lot of information and a lot of help from everybody else. Like half of what I am today, no, like 99% of what I am today as a collector is just bits and pieces of everybody's, collecting habits that have just grown on me as I came into things. Because when I first came into this hobby, the only thing I liked were these things over here, the theme decks. Can you even see them? Yeah, I don't even have the theme decks on my shelves anymore. It used to be all theme decks. Well, no, they're up there. But yeah, the theme decks, that used to be the whole thing that I was into. And like, I used to just nonstop talk about theme decks. And then like, I switched gears hard and like got heavily into vintage Grail cards. Well, no, I got heavily into set completion. Remember when I was trying to master set all the vintage sets? And like, I feel so shitty that I couldn't continue with that goal. I cannot tell you enough. I feel shitty that I stopped modern master setting and tossing those binders. I feel like the amount of fucking time I spent doing that and time I could have spent with my family while I was sitting at the table and I was fucking organizing cards into binders, like, that's a fun thing that other people might do. For me, it was time consuming and it took away from my family, and I wish I could go back and do things differently. But that's why I stopped doing it, because it was just like, I'm going to choose having more time with them over spending all this time in binders, piecing sets together. When at the end of the day, that's just like an OCD tick, really. I'm just checking a box that, oh, I finished this set, or oh, I'm getting close to finishing this set. But like, that's the thing I realized about Pokemon is like, I'm never going to finish everything. So really just go after what you love most, because, yeah, you can't do it all. But yeah, I appreciate that. Turtle, you know what else is a buy? Sleepy Pika illustration contest. I like the Sleepy Pika. You put me on to the Sleepy Pika. I'm with it. And, like, I learn a lot from you too, Turtle. So, like, if you say it's hard to grade, that might be a good card to pick up. Jackson, I'd love to see Pokemon do Braille cards. I think they definitely should do that if they haven't already done some form of it. Absolutely, for the blind and disabled would be great for them to have a way to actually enjoy the set, the hobby. But then again, if they're blind, maybe they just don't get Pokemon the way we do. I don't know, just interesting thoughts. Well, I mean, no, if they like certain characters or certain like animals, like they like the idea of something, like they like what a reptile is or what a dragon is, or I don't see why they couldn't enjoy the hobby like everybody else. Zero Ninja, hi, I'm a Pokemon fan. What is this channel? This is a channel for Pokemon fans, but also just people that, I don't know, want to take a bet on me and following me through my life. And because I will post random shit time to time, like my car videos that I randomly posted, and then I just basically just stopped doing them. Again, that was one of those things where it was like, I have the mics, like I figured out how to get the perfect exhaust sound out of those mics, and then I was just like, you know what, this isn't gonna flow well with my niche. If anything, I'd start another channel, or maybe in the future when I buy a new car, it'll be fun to make another video like that. But also just time constraints. I'm not retired. I don't have time to make videos about everything. So Pokemon is something easy that I could talk about day to day that's highly relatable. So probably gonna stick with this type of content. Not even sure if that answered your question, man. Welcome to the channel, and I'm super ADD and OCD, and you'll get a lot of that from watching me. My fiance is Portuguese. Oh, that's dope. And I was able to visit her homeland this past summer, and I loved it. I will say Lisbon is absolutely beautiful. It's not really Portugal itself. It's more of our family situation, and yeah, I won't go too into it, but I think everybody has a fun time with their extended family, especially early on when things are kind of just starting out, right? There's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of skepticism. I know that her family probably didn't think I was going to be the type of stand-up guy that I am. I probably got judged, just judged by the cover. And you should never judge a book by its cover. So anyways, I think we're all good now. Like, I think her family likes me now for the most part, but we do the best we can. Alberto, and as a Mexican, I'm sorry to hear about your hospital experience in Mexico. Yeah, dude, like, nothing against Mexico. It just fucking sucked going through that. It was my kid, so I was scared, man. Like, guys, I've never been so fucking scared in my entire life. And I think you guys can tell there was something different about my channel after I came back. Like, nothing was the same for a minute. Like, I was pretty much like traumatized and like just trying to push through it and be like, dude, you get back to making videos. You are going to be okay. This is just going to be a bad memory, right? You might even take a trip back to Mexico or go to Cancun and like you'll have a great time the next time, you know? So we'll see. Jackson, would a signed card by Satoshi Tajiri devalue it or value it higher? Oh, dude, hell yes. Hell yes. Yeah, dude, it'd be sick to have him sign anything. Absolutely sick. Yeah, for sure, that'd be sick. I'm sure as long as it looks like it's in fair condition, Crystal Lugia and Gold Stars will always be fire. Remember, even the worst ones are like $200. Lord P, love that Aquapolis T-Tar, picked up at an 8 for $350. Ooh, baby. And an 8 is a strong near mint grade. Dude, that's sick. Glad for you, bro. You're my go-goat. Theme decks are such a good idea. Dude, I need to check the theme deck market and see what's up with that. But last time I checked, there was nothing, man. The theme decks have like low-key, it seems like they've like dried up a little bit. Or it's niche. People don't care about selling it. I still haven't completed all the theme decks. I still need a couple. If you're a trainer in the game, what type of gym would you have? I like to think that I would have the psychic gym or a fire gym. Like Blaine and Sabrina have always been like kind of my top picks. And that's also why I'm fucking bonkers about Blaine's Zard and Sabrina's Gengar. They're really, really important to me. You'd be surprised how much plastic we consume just by breathing. Oh, dude, microplastics everywhere. For sure. Damn, master sets are for OCD People Hub. Maybe you should have master set Evolving Skies. I actually have my Evolving Skies semi-master set because I took out a lot of the good cards that I wanted to grade. But I have it up on eBay, and I have my 151 set up on eBay, and no one's even biting it. That would have sold so quick if I would have put it up sooner. But no one's even biting it right now. And I think it says a lot about the hobby. Like all that hard work and effort I put in like getting that binder like all organized and all put together, and like now it's not even worth a couple $100. And like the reality is like you're gonna have to spend a couple $100, you know, opening that set just one box at a time to piece that set together. Even though you could probably find all the commons and uncommons, but God, that would be painful, right? Like, well, I don't know. There's probably a lot of people selling like all the commons and uncommons from Evolving Skies. It's like, it amazes me that people have those listings where they have like just what you need, you know? And that's what sometimes you got to do to piece out stuff and get the most money for it. Cheetah, yo, you got a lot of Pokemon. I do. I have big Pokemon problems. It's an addiction. The Pokemon Love, your Pokemon Love is like a miniature train or battle figure dad from the 1950s. It's chill and just don't let it take over your life and you're good. Definitely could not take over my life, right? Like, I was at a point where I had more money than I've ever had, and like this past year, and or I guess really the past couple months, and I spent it all on this house. I literally went broke when we bought this house. Like I am going like month to month paying the bills, and it's stressful. But I also just tell myself like Orion, most people are doing this. They are going paycheck to paycheck, month to month. They've got nothing left over. That is normal, bro. Like that's normal. Um, and I'm just hoping the stock market I can fucking crush it in QuantumScape. Right now, things are on the up and up again. It's looking like it's about to set up for a rally. I'm really excited. The rates are going to drop on the 10th. I'm almost certain of it. So if you want to invest in something, invest in the stock market. Invest in something in the market. Invest in the stuff that's doing well right now. I don't know if, the other sectors are doing really well, like healthcare or industrials. I don't know, but tech took a beating, but I think tech is going to come back hard. But we'll see. But yeah, that's my game plan so that I can buy more cards. Because right now, I'm kind of stuck. Silverback, we betting 100 on you. 100 on you losing those glasses. Why? We're not a fan of the Italian frames. Everyone has been telling me how much they love these glasses at work, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should start wearing the black bold ones more. But I stopped wearing them because I felt like they popped out too much. Alberto, I remember you had a video of your BMW and I enjoyed it. I'm not even a car guy. Oh, hell yeah. Nice. Yeah, dude. And okay, so fuck, not to go off on tangents, but this is what we fucking do. Guys, I've been thinking about a Tesla or a Prius, and I'm fucking torn. You can get them for such similar pricing. You can get a used Tesla for around like 20, 30. And you can get a used really nice. Those newer Priuses fucking rip, bro. Those look sexy. And like, then you don't have to worry about the battery degrading over time, which I guess isn't really that big of a deal. But if you actually use your car the way I feel like most of us want to use our cars, like going all over the place, like really seeing the city and seeing the world around us, you're going to rack up 200,000-300,000 miles very fast. That is the lifespan of a Tesla battery. That's not very good, guys. That's really not very good. I feel like people just buy it because it's a status thing almost, knowing that the battery is going to be shit, and they just know that they're going to sell it before the battery gets really bad. Whereas a Prius will get 60 miles to the gallon. It will never stop getting good mileage, and they last for forever. My dad had so many of them. Anyways, that's my spiel. BMWs are wearing me down, and I feel like I really need something desperately that's going to be reliable, cheap, and like a great daily driver. Cheetah, I do open packs. We haven't done it in a while. I am guilty of that. To be fair, it hasn't been easy. I mean, every time we go in a store, there's nothing. GameStop, nothing. This is not how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be able to go to the store and at least see a goddamn ETB every once in a while. Do you know how much fun it would be to open some Phantasmal Flames or some of this Ascended Heroes? I don't even care about the sets that much, but I would, regardless of what you guys may think, I would like to open these sets. So I can't even find this stuff locally, and I don't want to pay the tax online. Also, it's just when you see it locally in person, it just hits different. Imagine you had a second battle intro sound effect play out in your car horn. How cool or cringe would it be? What? Imagine you had a 3-second battle intro when the spiral spins sound effect play out of your car horn. Oh my god. Oh my god. You're talking about like Pokemon. You're talking about the Pokemon battle like sound effect. Yeah, that would be cringe. I want my horn to sound like a normal horn because I don't know about you guys. I use my horn a ton. People can't drive in Charlotte. I am that guy. Not the best driver in the world, but I definitely don't like it when people are driving 20 miles an hour in a 40 mile an hour. I will honk to oblivion and then probably drive around that person. Silver. Also, what do you think about GameStop raising the prismatic evolution UPC from 99? Dude, that's clown behavior. Clown behavior. GameStop has no right raising those prices like that. They're just perpetuating the problem and being a part of it and thinking it's okay. But also, it's really easy to call out a corporation. So I don't know. Would I do the similar thing if I was running a corporation like that? I knew people were gonna go crazy buying Pokemon at whatever price. Maybe. So, imagine graded humans. Wait, we do school, dude. Dude, I'm so glad to be done at school. I was never good at school. I struggled. I got my diploma. I got my high school diploma. I got into college. And then I got kicked out. I got in trouble. I smoked way too much stuff and I just was struggling. And then I got accepted back into school, got my shit together, got good grades, got my degree, and got a good job out of school. And then shot the bed again and realized that I didn't want to be doing the same thing every single day of my life. And I do a lot of the same things at the bar every single day, but there's always someone different coming in. It's always a different experience. And I feel like I'm much happier with my lifestyle at the bar than I ever would have been in an office. But I'm fucking proud I got through school. School is fucking hard. If you guys are in school and it's fucking hard, that shit's supposed to be hard. And like, I don't think it's a breeze for anybody. Anyways, my hat's off to any of you guys going through school, putting yourself through school, getting good grades. It took a lot. Like, I feel like I had to study harder than everybody else to get the grades that I had, which I was like a B student average. But I didn't want to be just a C student, right? I didn't want to feel like I was like lackluster, but I could never for the life of me get an A in a class, no matter like how hard I tried. Except for like English or like something stupid. Like psychology. I did well in psychology. I liked psychology. But God, for going into finance and business, I sucked at those classes. It takes a long time for those boxes to gain because it does not have the mystery value. If you picked up a Gen 1 Charizard grade 10 for 5 cents, would you cry? Absolutely. Let's just say like $5, because today with inflation, that doesn't seem like feasible. Jackson, Blaine and Sabrina have a child, and it's you. Imagine Psychic and Fire duel. Man, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. I embody what a child would be between them two. Also, that would be very weird, actually. Let's take a step back here. Blaine is an old man, and Sabrina's like, I don't know. She's definitely not like Erica in age. Like, I feel like she's more like in her 30s, 40s. Blaine's like in his 50s, like easily. Maybe that's actually kind of normal in society, actually, when you think about it. Yeah, going nowhere with that. Bro, keeping your eye on that nuclear trade with AI boom. SMR, NULXOKLO. Dude, I'm down to learn anything. If we're talking about Pokemon and I learn about a stock that is a decent stock to invest in, especially with the AI craze, I'm all for it. Also, make sure to join the Discord. We talk about that stuff in the Discord too. So it's not just Pokemon. It's like whatever, or at least for me, I feel like people should feel like talking about whatever, as long as like the main emphasis is on mostly Pokemon. Very happy that crypto is taking a beating. Yeah, crypto is definitely helping to balance out the market, particularly Bitcoin. BT. I could think of worse addictions than being a Pokemon addict, for sure, for sure. If you get a Prius, we are no longer friends. Oh man, looks I lost another good one today. Bro, I live in the Bay Area in Cali. Everyone has a Tesla, and I'm thinking about getting one. I just paid off my car too. Yeah, and like that's the thing is like my 325, my like most beat to shit BMW that I still have not fixed the door dent because that I took the money from the insurance on. It needs nothing right now. Nothing. It is a great car. It gets shit gas mileage, like, I don't know, 18, 17 miles to the gallon, something like that. It's not great. But I have fun driving it nonetheless. And I keep telling myself, whatever other car you're going to get is not going to have that exhaust sound. It's not going to be as fun. But you got to grow up at some point. And yeah, Tesla, Prius, they're both really good options. But yeah, I'm worried about Tesla. I'm worried about Tesla. But the reality is they've been broken in. People seem to like them. I don't hear people ever complaining about them, mainly because there is no cooling system. There's no oil. There's none of those components that we have on cars. But yeah, my 325 needs some new tires, and I'm just like, dude, spend the money on tires. Stop looking at other cars. Just like a fossil fueled gas guzzling car that you pay, in my case, $7,000 is what I paid for my first BMW, and I still have it, and I've racked up a ton of miles on it, and I've put, maybe another 7 grand into the car. Still, that's 14,000. That's $14,000, and I'm not even going to count my insurance money that I got, which was 4,300, which offsets that a lot. But 14,000. I've had the car for 7, 8 years now, so I don't know. I feel like it's still way cheaper to keep this car and keep driving it into the ground than it's going to be to spend, that $20,000, $30,000 initially to get in bed with something newer. And then if someone hits you in a car accident, then you're right back to square one, low key, even if you get the payout. So I like having a beater car that I kind of don't care about that much because it takes a lot of the stress out of driving into work every day. And I drive that car about 70% of the time into work. So I like that it's a cheap beat up BMW. Also, people are starting to finally give me props on the car. They're like, dude, this is an E46. Like, this is sick. And I'm like, wow, it's finally aging well. Clear, I have an old saying, the worst Toyota is still a Toyota, which means it's great. Jackson, have you seen Orion in the Dark? Dude, I did see that, and I was flattered to see a movie that had my name in it. Just because you have the same name, it's an okay movie, but it's your namesake. No, yeah, it was kind of a weird movie. We watched it with my kid, and I was like, this doesn't seem like it's doing anything for my kid's childhood at all. It actually seems like it kind of freakish. Heard they have mountains of overpriced UPCs. Turtle, my GF was pissed. We opened my 151 booster bundle yesterday, and all we got was a regular EX. Oh, market price on the bundle was like $90 to $100. It happens. Could have been a Zard, but you guys have been having fun opening, haven't you? You've been saying that you've been opening more. Jackson, would you ever get a laser surgery on the eyes? I love glasses myself and wear them. I just don't want surgery. Dude with the crazy good questions. Yeah, I would love LASIK eye surgery, but terrified of that. Not gonna try that. They need to perfect that. Jackson, Tesla suck. Sorry to say, but my hot take. And if you think it sucks, I want to hear why. It's like chrome on a pencil. It's a better pencil because it looks cooler, but it's nothing special. That's wild, and I'm sure I'm a hater, so you don't need to take my words. No, everybody's entitled to their opinion. This is the internet. So if you hate Tesla, just say why. Nino Del Carmen, currently in grad school, doing homework while listening to this. So thanks for your content, brother. Dude, in grad school, dude, I'm just happy I got through undergrad. Congrats to you for pushing through it and trying to get through those next 2 or 3 years, whatever it is. That shit's hard, man. Shit's hard. What are you going to school for? Funky Melon, let's go to Ryan. New sub, but enjoying the content. Yo, I appreciate that, Melon. We're just hanging out, sipping on a delicious chocolate banana milkshake my wife made, and I feel very blessed to be with somebody that cares about me that much. I take a lot of what Diana does for granted, but it's also because I'm fucking work exhausted, and that doesn't make it right. But I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. I have beautiful kids, beautiful home, beautiful life, beautiful wife. I'm a lucky guy. It's always good to take inventory. If your bar was given the chance to have an official Pokemon-themed drink, would you cry? I mean, I could start that. It's not like if my bar was given the chance. If I wanted to make a Pokemon drink at the bar, I could do it. And honestly, I probably should. I probably should get yellow dye, or I can make a drink that's yellow. Or I don't even need yellow dye. Just pineapple drink, pineapple tequila, two big cubes, and then there's a spritz of grenadine inside of each of the cubes, some cherry syrup inside of each of the ice cubes that look like the Pikachu's cheeks. A little bit of black dye for the eyes. I could probably make a fucking Pikachu cocktail. I could probably do something like that. I don't know how long it would sell well, but could damn go viral for something like that. You know, like that's a really fucking good idea, and people have talked about it and brought it up. That's another thing. I'm coasting with the bar. I'm not doing nearly as much as I could. I feel like my energy is spread too thin across too many things to do any one thing extremely well, and that's a serious problem in life. Like, focus on the things you can do well and really focus on them, but it's always a pull from something else. Like, if I focus on the bar all month and really try and grind it out there, I probably won't be making any videos. You know, I probably won't be making content because like the focus will go back to just being on the business. So I kind of like to let the business just be a casual bar business, and I don't even like calling it a bar. We are a venue. We do events, we do music, we do karaoke on Monday, we do comedy on Tuesday, we do Wednesday open mic, we do Thursday music trivia, we do Friday drags, we do Saturday, we have live music. Saturday, the first Saturday of the month, we do a rap battle. We do a fucking rap battle. How many bars have a rap battle that goes on every single month? That's fucking cool. Live music on Sunday for Soul Sunday. We have a good lineup going that's happened very organically, and the community likes it how it is. I'm never going to try and fully make it my own, because the reality is I don't want Pokemon to be my whole identity, right? And I think I wanted it to be my whole identity at some point, right? I wanted to be like the Pokemon master of YouTube, right? I wanted to be the Pokerev or the cool trainer Ryan, if I can even pick, you know, the best names, or even, you know, Deep Pocket Monster. Even though I don't have the kind of enthusiasm those guys have. I'm grumpy half the time, and overworked, definitely overworked, mainly overworked. But I probably still have it good at work. I probably shouldn't complain. But anyways, the bar is just, the venue is exactly what it needs to be. And I feel guilty that I'm coasting a little bit, but there's going to be a time and place to ramp things up and make the business better so that it's more cash flow and makes my life better. What was I going to say? I think what's killing me is that I'm also the head bartender, and so I'm working so much that like I don't even want to think about the bar half the time. I'm like just happy that it's successful and not like burning down, right? And that I can even leave it for a night and a bartender's going to take care of it and everything is going to go well. And the worst case scenario is that my bathrooms have like, I get like pee on a toilet that doesn't get cleaned, or like someone leaves the frozen cocktail machine on all night. Like that's like a blessing when those are the worst things that go down, right? We just had health code inspections for food safety come in, and we passed with a 98.5. I'm pretty proud of that. We just had ALE, which is the basically the police for the ABC for the liquor laws, and permitting and licensing. They came in and checked all my shit, passed that. So we're doing really good right now. We've yeah. And honestly, it's hard to keep the place just going. And so I think best thing I can ask for is that the business just continues to organically grow and we have more of a community. But eventually, I do want to talk more about Pokemon. I do want there to be like a Pokemon trade night. I do want to make drinks that are inspired by Pokemon. That is 100% a direction that I definitely want to go. And you know what? Maybe this live stream is exactly what I need to really remind myself that it doesn't have to be your whole identity, but you can sculpt the business to have a nice flair of what you enjoy. But also maybe there's a part of me that like doesn't want to get even more people involved in Pokemon. And I'm like, yo, this hobby's already too bloated as it is. I'm now becoming one of those gatekeeper collectors that's like, no, we have way too many people in this hobby as it is. But you can never have too many people. This is Patrick. Smash or pass Scizor. Dude, Scizor is a smash all day. And his boy Scyther. Both smash all day. I think women dressed as Miltank are cool. What? Would you study Pokemon battling at school if you could? Absolutely. How much would you pay for a Tesla robot? Imagine all the chores you wouldn't have to do. It would be hard to watch that thing trying to do what I need it to do. But I don't know. I think $10, $20, $30,000 would be like a very easy bet if this thing actually was like intuitive and could do the things you needed it to do effectively. Like cleaning my gutters, like getting up on my roof and cleaning my gutters. Because if that thing falls, it just looks stupid and it topples over and it hits the ground, right? And it breaks or gets back up, whatever. But I can't get on my roof in this house because it's 2 stories up, and if I fall, I'm gonna break my neck. So it's not like my other house that's only 1 story, which I usually clean the gutters and do the roof myself. I think NFTs are cringe, but do you think the value concept as it relates to Pokemon cards? No. Pokemon is way more tangible. Hat, I'll give you 2 cents for a booster box. Appreciate it. Space Frog, how we doing? I'm back after stepping away from Pokemon a year ago. Did I miss anything? A lot, dude. Holy shit, so much happened in the last year. Imagine a database that legit tracks every single card grade ever in existence to the point that if one is destroyed, it is deleted from the list. If the card devalues, it's updated on the list. I would love that. That would be very valuable. Who knows with a dollar amount. Any new sets to open or hold off? Calvin Patel, if you guys want to help him out, give him your 2 cents. Any new sets to open or hold off on? I have a friend that had laser eye surgery, says he's so happy he did it. No more glasses. But that's the thing. That's what I realized. A lot of people hate wearing glasses. I did too for a long time. Guys, most men also hate dealing with fashion in general. Like and I'm kind of like, I'm like half, I like fashion and I like enjoy jewelry and sneakers. But the other half of me is just like, nah, I want simplicity, which is why I wear all black most days. I buy the Amazon black t-shirts, which is what I'm wearing right now. It's an Amazon t-shirt. And I buy all my joggers from like Marshalls. I go to Marshalls and I hunt down nice pairs of black joggers. That's like my whole fucking thing. But the other piece of that is getting a nice pair of glasses, right? Yes, you might look better without glasses, but glasses also add a layer to your personality and your character. And well, no, not your character, just your personality maybe. Or maybe it adds character. But it gives you a little bit of flair, right? You gotta appreciate it, and you gotta make it something that you enjoy wearing. Like I enjoy wearing these glasses. I think these are some really good frames that I picked out. Probably one of my best frames I've ever picked out. Drag queens and rap battles, baby. That milkshake is like when you do the berry mixing mini game in Diamond and Pearl, but with good ingredients. Hell yeah. Professor, still a risk. My aunt did it like 2 weeks ago. Got a little injection on one eye, taking med, then found out she's allergic to it on the other med for it. Oh, fuck. Pikachu drink, need something with an electric sizzle kind of feel. Jackson's got ideas for days. Carmen, thanks, man. I'm in grad school to be a professional mental health counselor. That's something the world needs more of. Hoping to bring some healing, especially to kids. It's cool how Pokemon can help them feel more comfortable in therapy. That is really cool. And maybe like as like a kind of a therapist, you can actually bring that to the table and be like, look, we're gonna look at some of these Pokemon cards. We're just gonna talk about them and see what you think about them, and then we're gonna talk about you. So, dude, do your thing, man. Do your thing. Bloated like a Snorlax. Kazuma-san, how we doing? Guys, I love you, but we are an hour in. It is almost midnight, and I haven't spent any time with Diana. I do need to remember to continue being a good partner, good husband, and there comes a time where every man has to face his responsibilities. And part of mine is spending some time with the wifey. Hi, bye. Appreciate you. But guys, it has been an amazing stream. If you guys have any other questions at all, go ahead and shoot. Like 5-10 more minutes. I'm sure some people are going to pop in the stream and be like, oh, I made it. And I hate to let them down. But I do need to get some rest. And I want to spend some time with Diana. And I also, not going to lie, I want to play some Battlefield. So, guys, I love you guys. Let me know. Join the Discord. Guys, the Discord is in the description. Just join it. We talk a lot of shit. Hopefully, by the grace of God, We have passed 8,000 subscribers finally. We should have passed 10,000 by now. It's actually tragic. It actually pisses me off a little bit. I feel like we should have definitely passed 10,000 subs by now, but maybe I'm not putting in the work. Anyways, we should have passed 8,000 by now. We were like 4 or 5 subscribers away when I checked before this stream. So we should have passed 8K. You know you've gone too far when you got a tattoo on your eyelids as Pokeballs when they are... You know, it'd be kind of funny if you got that on your fucking, like, beneath your knuckles or, like, above your knuckles. No. Yeah, on your fingers, beneath your knuckles. Pokeballs. Dude, how fucking G would that shit be? How G would that shit be? If I was the only creator that had Pokeballs, no one would take me seriously. That would either be, like, the coolest thing ever, or I would be the laughing stock of the Pokemon community forever for putting Pokeballs, for tattooing that on my hands. But I feel like that would make me a real one, you know? So good. So freaking good. All right, guys. I love you guys. I guess no one has any other questions. Or the stream's a little laggy. But anyways, good night. Thank you guys for coming out. We might not have touched base on everything. Probably just had to listen to me mostly rant. But I don't want to go too late because I want to have energy to continue doing streams. Like, one thing I want to do is start doing streams every other night. Because there was a while we were doing streams like back to back to back to back. And everyone was saying they noticed how much effort I was putting in. So I'm trying to get back to that. Because even if I can't crank out a video during the day when I'm spending time with my family, I can always stream at night. So, but I do like to play video games, so there's that. I wonder if the concept of masking for autistic people could be explained in any helpful way with the use of Ditto. That is some crazy theory right there. On that note, Ditto, helping autistic people. I think we'll end there. I love you guys. Have a fantastic night, everybody. And thank you for coming out, supporting me, coming out to the streams. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys all had an amazing Thanksgiving dinner. I had a great Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to Christmas. Guys, if you're watching this, you're going to have an amazing month. This is going to be a good month. I feel good about this month. It's going to be a good one. Anyways, peace out, everybody. Have a fantastic night.